All the monsters in Undertale feel like people. Even the one-off monsters that don't really have a personality still feel real. Hey, thinkers, what was the first game that truly made you care about the characters? For me, it was Undertale. While the combat and art are good, I think where the game truly shines is with the relationships you build and how those relationships degrade over time. All the monsters in Undertale feel like people. Even the one-off monsters that don't really have a personality still feel real. I'd have a flexing contest with Aeron, make jokes with a snowdrake, and just lay there with Napstablook. Look. They all feel connected, even more so when we get into the boss monsters. They all have different motives and flaws. For example, Undyne might have rage problems, but she just wants to protect her people, and she suplexes a boulder, so that has to count for something. Pyrus seems like he'd be annoying, and I think most people wouldn't have been able to write his dialogue without me not liking him. But as I play the game, he becomes more and more endearing. Asgore is just a broken man, or monster, in a broken world, trying to rule well. He's just a big lug who's forced to hurt people. The list goes on and on and on. Toby Fox made one of the greatest story games of all time, that's for sure. He makes me care about every single monster, while also having absolutely amazing sound design and combat. Now, for all the praise I give Toby for making these monsters lovable, it didn't stop me from killing them. I decided that it was too hard to just let them all live, and I needed to level up. So the monsters that I liked the least, I killed, giving me the neutral ending. Though I couldn't bring myself to kill any of the bosses other than Flowey and Toriel, and I didn't want to kill Toriel. On my first playthrough, I even looked up guides so I could spare them all because I didn't want to have to kill someone like Toriel again. Though the main point of the game is the relationships you build, I also want to talk about the combat and pixel art. The art is on point, and all of the characters have memorable designs. And just like their personalities, even the lesser monsters have memorable designs. I might not remember their names, but I definitely remember what they look like. The combat is also amazing. For a game that's about choosing to spare or kill, the combat is insanely addicting. This is the first game I've ever played with bullet hell style gameplay, and I absolutely love it. Great. Now that we finished that, we can get back to the love of the characters, or rather, the growing discontent I have with the characters. I've wanted to make this video for a while now. In fact, it was the first video I planned for this channel, though I could never quite get the script right, so I scrapped it and waited until I got better at making videos. But in that time, before I scrapped the video, I decided to play through the game again to get a better feeling for it, and remind myself of the characters. But then I realized that it just isn't the same. I started feeling disconnected to the characters I originally grew to love, because I'd already seen it all before. And maybe it's just me, because I rarely ever replay single player games once I've beaten them. For example, I beat Elden Ring, and I never wanted to get the other endings because I was not doing all of that again just for a different cutscene and an achievement. And Elden Ring is in my top 2 games of all time, so maybe I'm just not feeling it the same. But then I realized I'd become Frisk. I stopped caring about the monsters and started killing much more often until I came to Undyne. At which point, when I killed her, I was so inspired by her determination and love for her fellow monsters, and I stopped killing nearly as much, though I ended up stopping the game soon after. But now, looking back, I now realize that Toby Fox truly made a masterpiece. A story of the game is of a person who resets again and again, so they eventually become numb. And that's what's happening to me. Even on just the second playthrough, I feel less of a connection to the monsters. And it makes me wonder, what will happen when I play again? Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any ideas for future videos, make sure to put them in the comments below. But anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye.